through the fight, there's constant applied intelligent pressure and cutting pressure.
Wow, all through the fight, there's constant applied intelligent pressure and cutting pressure.
Wow.
Reports come out suggesting that Canelo was born ready, mangled, and detached Callum Smith's bicep. We're going to talk about all that and more. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Shout out to all the love, super chats, cash apps. That's $Boxingego. Happy holidays, and thank you for the support. Closing, what's been a rough year for most people, and we're just going to close this year strong. Now, many reports are coming out suggesting that Canelo Alvarez, in his magnificent victory over Callum Smith, he did something. They said he was intentionally targeting Callum Smith's arm. You guys see pictures. You see the clip at the beginning, and it says Callum Smith suffers grotesque detached bicep, right? And they're saying that Canelo was purposefully targeting his arm, and he picked up an injury. Listen, but this just sounds crazy. So basically, the latest excuse is that Canelo gave this man Hellboy arms, right? If you're familiar with the comic and the movie, hold on, let me look at this picture. So he got Hellboy, bro, he got Hellboy arms from Canelo Alvarez. That's what we doing. Canelo did all this to him. There's Callum Smith right there. I mean, it's just getting ridiculous in boxing. It's like getting to the point where anybody who loses, you have and start to hear like these built-in excuses as to why they lost. Why they lost. Lomachenko, after losing, saying he was gonna make Teofimo and his dad eat their words, Lomachenko later came out and said he had to have surgery, emergency surgery, the day after the fight because, he was injured and his shoulder was bad. Donaire did it with Rigondeaux. It just goes on and on, right? Some people even say Deontay Wilder. Wilder's a little bit different, though, because as far as the suit, I never heard him say that about the suit. But, who is that? I never heard him say that about the suit, like on video, but allegedly he said that. And as far as Tyson Fury's glove, that's a little bit different because that's a physical deformity that you're seeing, and nobody else's glove looks like that. Canelo, nobody said anything was wrong with his gloves, and simply put, Callum Smith just got beat up. But like my question would be this: let's say, playing devil's advocate, Canelo was targeting your arm and he was purposefully trying to give you a dead arm or a Charlie horse or whatever. If you think about it, that's kind of your fault when you have certain intangibles and you're this tall. Like, how can you be this tall, 7-inch height advantage over Canelo, and he's in your wheelhouse to even give you a Charlie horse instead of having a stronger jab, keeping him at bay with the jab, lacing some combinations. You're choosing, like, Callum Smith kept running the same sequence. It was really a flat, embarrassing performance from Callum Smith. People expected a lot more. I knew Canelo was going to fare well with this style. That's why I think Canelo picked him, That's why I think Canelo picked him. But all in all, it wasn't his night. And I really want to question Callum Smith's approach to the Canelo fight. Like, what was the true game plan? This is what he said post-fight. Thank you guys for all the support over the last week. Not the result I wanted, and losing for the first time is a tough pill to swallow. I had a dream of becoming a world champ and was lucky enough to achieve that. To lose something you worked your whole life for is hard. Saturday just wasn't my night. Time to switch off now and spend some time with amazing family. See you all soon. So, you know, it's weird even putting this arm thing out because you see the height disparity. There's no way that a person, he looked taller than Eddie Hearn in this picture. And Eddie Hearn's a tall guy, right? I've interviewed Eddie Hearn. And I don't know if it's the angle, but he's a tall guy. You know, he looks taller than Eddie Hearn. I told you he had them shoes on, them platform shoes as well. So it's like, why would you even let someone this small and short in stature be that close in that proximity to the point where they could even get off to do all this to your bicep? Like, it really makes no sense. So if Canelo gave you a Charlie horse, you got to work on your defense and you got to work on ring generalship to not even allow him to be in that proximity where he could even get off shots like that. So I never really understood the game plan. So I'm not going to sit up here and make excuses. Callum Smith, he looked domestic level. You know, he won the World Boxing Super Series. He just, you know, didn't really have the experience, it looked like, or the skill set to deal with what Canelo was bringing. Canelo was bringing too much heat. He did what he wanted. He walked him down. He was, Canelo never showed any level of concern, any level of real true respect for Callum Smith. No fear. He literally from round one was backing him up and he was putting his back on the ropes. Look, so if you got a Charlie horse, it's probably because your defense and you were getting backed up and punched. And, you know, as a fighter, it's like if you have a fractured eye or anything, you know, these fighters are trained to get the victory. And it may sound like macabre, but at the end of the day, these are fighters. So if they see a chink in your armor and an injury, they're not going to stop punching. You know, the ref or doctor got to stop that. That's what they're trained to do. Seek and destroy. Seek and destroy, you know? But giving up this much of a height advantage, having a weak jab, letting Canelo get this close, you just got beat up, you know? So I'm seeing a lot of fans run around saying that Callum Smith's arms, you know, Canelo cheated. Man, what did he do? The ref didn't warn him. You can't be concerned with that. You have to get a game plan to get this man off you. Brilliant performance by Canelo. Great body shots. He bullied Callum Smith, the much bigger fighter. You know, they're saying his bicep, the meat off the bone and all that. I mean, you can't look at this defense. You're just shelling up. What do you expect? He's going to hit you where you're open. So if he ripped your arm off or whatever they saying, then you got to work on your defense. Why? How come, for example, instead of letting Canelo bully you and the taller man having his backs on the ropes, looking like Josh Clottey versus Pacquiao, just shelling up, here's an idea. Maybe clinch. If you can't stop the onslaught, maybe clinch. Maybe go to Canelo's body, which is wide open right now. You know what I'm saying? You have to get creative. But all in all, he fought a horrible game plan. It was never going to work against a skilled fighter like Canelo or anybody else for that matter. He was simply put letting Canelo get too close. So all the people, look at how close he is. Look at the height difference, you know? At the end of the day, this was just a foolish game plan. Look, every picture looked like this. You shelling up. I mean, he's going to punch you where he's open. If he can go up the middle, he's going to do it. If he can punch you in the arm, he's going to do it. Period. Case closed. You know, a lot of people running around and crying over spilled milk, like angry fans from the UK and people who hate Canelo. Just give credit where credit's due. Canelo, he dominated. He tore this man out the frame. So anything else, wish him a speedy recovery and all that, but it just was a bad game plan from the onslaught. He's literally languishing. Look at these pictures, bro. He's literally languishing on the ropes and Canelo's teeing off. These aren't even arm shots. So what's happening here? You know what I mean? So stop with the excuses. Let's get boxing back to its proper place. If you lose, you lose. Lose honorably, you know, things like that. But all this, like, you know, Canelo, I heard Eddie Hearn at the post-fight and all that and saying Canelo cheated because he was punched him in the arm. I mean, you got to do something. If somebody's fighting dirty and the ref ain't doing nothing, then you got to figure out a way to get them up off you. It's protect yourself at all times. one of the top rules in boxing. So I really don't want to talk about this any longer. Callum Smith, you know, he got bodied by Canelo Alvarez. It is what it is. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know what you thought of this whole like ARMGATE, bicep gate. Drop yourself. Like, we just gotta stop doing this in boxing, bro. ARMGATE now. I just thought of that right now. I like that. If you guys like this, smash the like button. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video's Ego signing off.
So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.